We are in Alaska. I am so tired because I had a really dangerous experience last night. Ow! That's gonna be a bite. Man, right through the clothes.
We made it to Alaska. 4 weeks and 1 day on the road. 5,000 miles of open highways, back roads, and beautiful detours. I worked full-time along the way. I slept in forests, by rivers, at Walmart, and in roadside pullouts. We wandered, we explored, and now we're here for the entire summer.
At this international boundary, you can stand in two countries right at the same time. I'm in the US. I'm in Canada.
I loved this moment here, signing the sign, leaving a small relic of our presence here, alongside all the other travelers and dreamers who also passed through.
There we are, Autumn and Chloe, 2025. All right, on to customs. I've got my passport, Chloe's vaccination records ready, and I actually don't know what to expect. I don't know all the things they're gonna inquire about. Here we go, into Alaska. We're officially in Alaska, back in the United States. Canada, thank you. It was a pleasant experience. We are in Alaska. I pray these are miles. 88 miles to Tok. I better check. Moose on the road, signs for that. I've seen moose and caribou and bears up here. We currently have the shortest telephone poles I've ever seen. There they are. There's the shortest telephone poles. If that's even what it is, electricity lines, telephone poles, I don't know. All of this land is swamp, my friends. It's swamp. I didn't know Alaska was massively swampy. There's a lot about Alaska that I probably don't know. I'm in Alaska. I'm looking at the most beautiful view.
In the far distance, you can see the Wrangell Mountains. Eventually, I'll make my way to that range.
I am so tired because I had a really dangerous experience last night. I had pulled off on a gravel pullout. Those are all along the Alaska highway. They're all over the place. I pulled out on it and I'm like, it feels like I'm sinking. And I looked down and I saw my tire like sinking into the gravel, mud, sand. And I reversed it, and I truly think I reversed it just in the nick of time. ChatGPT shared with me about these sort of boggy marsh forests that expand for like thousands of acres. And yes, they can destroy roads. They can just essentially destabilize the earth underneath the man-made gravel so much that they're kind of like sinkholes. I'm definitely just going to spend some time in Tok and decompress. I am exhausted because I was up until 4 a.m. Honestly, the mud sinking situation, it really rattled me.
I must admit, I am so in love with this little minivan glamper. I find myself taking it in as part of every view. And every day I count my blessings that I took this nomadic leap and that this is my nomadic life.
But I did grow weary. For the first time, I got weary on the Cassiar Highway. I am alone in remote places all the time. It's how I spend my life. So this kind of thing doesn't usually intimidate me. But Alaska, British Columbia, and Yukon, I met my match. Hitting the road to Tok. Hey, guess who we caught up with again? And now we are scouting out camping sites near Tok, Alaska. This is a potential campsite for the night. I do not mind setting up camp here. You will not hear any complaint from me for setting up camp with this view. And given that the sun never sets, this has got to be a spectacular 4 hours of sunset. I need to cook my first meal. Do I want to? No. Am I going to? Yes. I am hungry. So I've been sharing about my health journey on this vlog, and sometimes it's not easy, but mainly because I'm doing other things and I don't want to be interrupted with taking care of my need for sustenance. It's annoying. But also pork chops sound good. So we'll get cooking. All right, gotta get all my food. I got some Brussels sprouts. I got this 4-pack of pre-marinated pork loins. I have no idea if they taste good, but the pre-marinated is really convenient in this life because marinating can take a while. It can be really messy to do. I have this weird OCD thing about not liking to touch raw meat, so this totally grosses me out and is stretching me beyond my comfort zone. Isn't that the funny thing? I can drive the Alaska Highway alone. That extension of my comfort zone is okay. Touching raw meat, ugh, awful. Hold on.
Sometimes I can't believe how small this world actually is. My friends from Flagstaff passed through Tok en route to moving to Alaska.
What the heck? Get out of here. Get out of here. You are not welcome in here. You're not allowed in here. Do you fly? I guess this is Alaska. I just pulled off the highway because this is in my car.
That scream is because that nasty little bug fell into my hair. By day 3, we hit a heat wave, 95 degrees outside and well over 100 in a van, and I couldn't even go outside because of mosquitoes. I decompensate in heat. Here, I was genuinely wondering whether a panic attack or existential crisis would be more productive. Thank goodness we were traveling with Bob. His presence alone helped me hold it together, if only because I didn't want to terrify him. I turn into a Hulk in hot weather, and I do my best to spare others from this transformation.
I'm getting my oil changed. You know, you drive like 5,000 miles. It's what you gotta do.
I've yet to walk into a single sporting goods store in Alaska without being greeted by a giant taxidermy bear. If this is an ad for bear spray, it worked. We were still deep in a heat wave and heading south, which wasn't the plan. We were going to spend the summer solstice in the Arctic Circle, But the snowmelt from the heat was so intense, it wiped out an 80-foot chunk of the Dalton Highway, and it was closed for days. So we changed course into a choose-your-own-adventure of wildfires, where the mountains were cloaked in smoke and clean air was even harder to find. Here in the land of the hot midnight sun, there was no shade, no darkness, just an endless smoky glow and clouds of mosquitoes. Our first few days here weren't exactly the mystical, magical Alaska welcome I envisioned. But hey, if I've got to be uncomfortable, at least I'm uncomfortable in Alaska. It's midnight under a cloudy sky. So it just looks like it is, evening on a cloudy sky around like 6 p.m. But it's midnight. This is my view as I cook. Not too shabby, huh? And then what do we got over here? We've got this view behind us. It's still a little bit smoky. We're not too far from Denali, and there were 3 different fires in Denali, so the last couple of days have been pretty smoky. The messy chaos of cooking in a van. Just my trash, which I put at a distance due to bears, my dish remnants. I practically have all the food from my fridge out of the fridge right now. I feel like it's a disaster. A few random things to share. My sense of time is just completely almost eliminated. And it's because of the 24 hours of sunlight, which is really cool. But so for example, what happened last night was I stayed up until 1:30. It was bright outside and I was just working away till 1:30. So then, because I stayed up till 1:30 and I like my 8 hours of sleep, I didn't get up until 9 o'clock. And I was just thinking that I was having my first meal, which is, breakfast, and I looked at the clock and it's almost 1 o'clock. So my sense of time just completely, whew. It's quite possible that this will be my new look all summer. I don't know if you can see. So my problem is I scratch. So this arm and fingers were attacked. We were under attack. I'm about to go for a walk here pretty soon, and I will look like this. Oh my gosh, I'm so Alaska right now. It's hot, but I've got the long sleeves. The Arizona in me, socks and sandals. That'll never change. Can't take the Arizona out of this gal. I wear it in the snow, socks and sandals. And it's just the way it is. I had to take you guys on this incredible walk. It's the first day that the smoke has really cleared out, so I wasn't able to show actually quite how beautiful it was before, but come take a look and see how beautiful it is now. Keep in mind it's still smoky because on a clear day you could see that incredible range in the distance, but it's quite smoky still.
shaking of the camera was because a mosquito landed on my hand. And I believe I showed this to you guys earlier. This is just from a few days in Alaska. Can you see? Can you see those bites? Oh, and, okay, and the mosquitoes. It's like you put your hand out and they think, oh, free for all. A meal. That would be the mosquitoes. They're going after Chloe too, and she's like, oh, heck no. Yeah, you get 'em, girl. You get 'em. You know, I don't realize if I mentioned yet that it's a little after 9 p.m. It's a little after 9 p.m. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Ow! That's gonna be a bite. Man, right through the clothes. Just more beauty. Spectacular. I am sacrificing my skin to get this shot. I'm being eaten alive to get this shot. Oh, hello, Shadow. Oh my goodness. I wonder if you can hear them. Okay, we're going back. We're going back to our camp, which is right over there. Oh my gosh, we gotta go. We gotta get out of here. That's my girl. I don't know if you can see Bob. Let's see if you can see him. Can you see him? I absolutely hate how much the bugs love me. You know, it's nice to be loved, but not by mosquitoes. What I wonder is how many mosquitoes have made their way inside as I was prepping. That was seriously intense. Feeling that bite on my very farmer tanned arm. Oh, there is going to be a bug bite. Oh boy. Whew. It's hot. It is so weird how cold it was. I used 2 packets of hot hands last night because of how cold it was. And I'm sweating. And I will get into more weather appropriate attire as soon as I ensure that there are not mosquitoes in the van. This is 11 o'clock, 11 p.m. in Alaska.
We headed south again. The air quality was still compromised, but the haze was clearing, and I had my first glimpse at Denali. But we kept on south, far enough for fresher air and close enough to towns to run a few errands. We ended up resting here, in this emerald wonderland. We stayed long enough to make friends with the beaver and to watch the wildflowers bloom and fade in waves every single day. This was just my first week in Alaska, and the real beauty hasn't even yet begun.